With readily accessible genetic testing, many are being overwhelmed with information they might not have been prepared for. Do I have the APO4 gene? Am I going to develop dementia? So do we have hope of having some control over health as we age? The answer is yes. Hey there, I'm Michelle and I make videos sharing what I'm learning as a nurse, a coach, a caregiver, and someone dealing with autoimmunity. And I encourage you to stay to the end of this video where I'll share a little bit about my own genetic results and the impact that my lifestyle is having on that genetic expression. To learn about epigenetics, let's first talk about mutation. Mutation is when there is a permanent alteration in the DNA sequence itself. It makes it structurally different from the original DNA. And this can be to the benefit or detriment of the organism's offspring. Epigenetics, however, is referring to the alteration in the gene expression itself. It's not actually changing the DNA sequence, but it's turning genes on and off based on the environment that the organism is put in. These environments include stress, diet, chemical or toxicity exposure, etc. What's interesting is that we can actually inherit our epigenetics from our parents. So I can have some genes that are turned on and other genes that are turned off based on what my parents did in their lifetime. Now, does that mean I'm stuck with that particular expression of those genes? No. We can actually modify and turn genes on and off based on what we're doing with our day-to-day decisions. I share this to give you hope. Don't take a genetic test and look at the results and think, I'm stuck with this. Just because you have a gene for this or a gene for that, or even a mutation of a gene, doesn't mean that you're necessarily stuck with that gene being expressed. You can turn those genes on or off. You can modify your lifestyle and actually assist those genes in functioning the way they're supposed to. A great example of epigenetics can be seen in the Finger study that was done in 2015. This study showed that with improvements in lifestyle, 40% of the cases of dementia could be prevented. For many of us, the chronic influx of toxins and inflammation that we're dealing with because of the environment our bodies are being put in, many of the genes that actually determine chronic disease are turned on. Check out my latest video where I talk more about this. Also, for those of you who are interested in reading more, I've shared a couple links for some books that I used when I was beginning to modify my environment. These books really helped me figure out what steps to take next, what to work on. My genetic testing actually showed I had a few mutations in my DNA sequence. These mutations actually promoted systemic and neuroinflammation in my body. Additionally, I don't clear out toxins as well as other individuals might. That sounds really bad. For me, as I grew up and lived my life, these toxins added on and added on. The inflammation increased and increased until my body had just had enough and began attacking itself. Fortunately for me, I didn't get genetics testing until I was a good 2 years into my health and wellness journey. I had modified a lot of my lifestyle and was already seeing a lot of the symptoms reverse. As a result, my functional medicine doctor and I weren't discouraged by what we saw in the genetic testing results. In fact, we were a bit awestruck with what we saw. I'm turning 50 this year, and according to my gene testing results, I should be obese with several chronic diseases, including autoimmunity. And at this point in my life, I'm not obese and I don't have any other chronic diseases, and I'm in the middle of reversing my autoimmunity. It's a powerful personal testimony to the impact lifestyle can have on our gene expression. The Lord created our bodies with the incredible ability to heal. Our bodies do exactly what they're designed to do, given the environment they're put in. So it's important to ask the question, what environment is my body being put in? What can I begin to do to improve the environment my body's being put in so it can start to thrive and heal itself? If you want help modifying your lifestyle to improve your health outcomes, please reach out to me today.